In this video, I want to discuss free transforming. Now, this is, as far as I'm concerned, the most common form for transforming a selection or a layer. It has its own hotkey. You can just hit Control-T at any time to bring this up. So that's what we'll do. You can dig it out of the menu if you want by going under Edit, and there's Free Transform. But again, I pretty much always just hit Control-T. Now, this gives you your standard transformation handles that you've always had, and really it's a combination of pretty much all of your transformation tools in one go, or all of the important ones anyway. By grabbing any of the handles, by default, you can scale an object. So you can see we drag from the corners, we can drag from the sides, and scale just like we did with the scale tool. If we click and drag outside these handles, we can rotate. Now, as before, we are always rotating around that reference point, so you can relocate that reference point. We can also scale toward and away from that reference point by holding down the Alt key. So you can see we've already got kind of a combination between the rotate and the scale commands. If you hold down the Control key, you also get access to a distort-like operation. Now I say distort-like because if you do something really cool and reshape like so, and then let off Control, watch what happens now if I grab the sides and start dragging them. It maintains the flow of that shape, so you get something that looks like it's kind of receding into the distance. So it's very, very handy for that. You can kind of define a shape and then make it bigger or smaller. Let me go ahead and hit Escape. We'll hit Control-T again to reinvoke the tool. You can hold down the Shift key and you can maintain your proportion when you're scaling. You can hold down Shift and you can rotate at 15-degree increments. If you hold down Control and Shift, you are moving your points, you're distorting your points in straight lines, either vertically or horizontally. So there's a lot of different key combinations. Now if you hold down Control, Alt, and Shift, you are doing the same thing to both sides around your reference point. You're only moving horizontally or vertically, and you're getting your distortion behavior. So that's holding down 3 different hotkeys at the same time. So you can really have a lot of fun with this. So that is pretty much it. Now also you can click and drag anywhere inside that selection, not on a handle, and you can move. So really there's everything you can do with free transform. Of course, when you're happy with what you got, you can press enter to commit this. Now, this is true, something I'm about to show you is true of pretty much every other tool out there that we've already discussed underneath the transform submenu. But I like mentioning it here specifically because Control-T is such an easy thing to grab that you'll probably be using this more often than any of the tools I've shown so far. So don't forget that you can use any of the options in your options bar for precise changing of X and Y position, of width and height, of your horizontal and vertical skewing. You also have access to your warp tool just by clicking on the little warp button up here in the corner of your options bar, and now you switch right over to the warp transform, which is also extremely useful. So that is a rundown of free transform. Thank you very much for watching.